Uncle Mark here, welcome back to the channel. Working on my truck. Got an issue with the battery. It's corroding one of the terminals, you know, the greeny gross stuff. Plus the top of the battery is just, it's dirty. And it's like from one terminal to the other. I'm sure you could measure probably voltage there. One day we'll have to do that, but not today. Anyway, I'm going to show you a little bit about quick cleanup, how you can clean up the top of your battery. If you're having trouble, that's a good idea to do. Plus the greenies on your top post battery. Take a look. Well, this is our battery here. Kind of dirty, and you'll notice the red, well, I've got the boot off there. Oh yeah, battery acid is corrosive. Don't get it on your skin, clothes, or in your eyes. That's the warning. Or anywhere else for that matter. Back to the thing here though. It's pretty dirty, and the positive is green. So I'm going to just take that off. They're going to be different how they're all made. This one screws from the top. I'm just going to loosen it, get it off there. Because I'm going to have to probably clean the post anyway. So do that, and then we'll see what happens from there. This is a goofy kind of a thing. Yours might look a little different unless it's on a Ford. Rock her back and forth. There we go. And try not to get it to touch. Because if you do, it's going to be sparking. See the little greenies on there? Plus the top of the battery, it's like, oh, and look in here. Although that's not where it contacts. It's on the outside, but it's on the inside too. Make sure these are down really good, because you don't want any stuff going inside the battery. I'm just spraying with some kind of, I don't know what this is. Spray 9 or something, but normally you just put water in it and then put a bunch of baking soda on it. But I thought I had this, so I'm going to scrub it, and then I've got a little garden hose there that I'm going to rinse it off with. I guess you could just have a bucket of water if you don't have a garden hose. I'm just trying to get all the goo off of there. Maybe around there too a little bit. You could, like I said, put baking soda on there, and that probably would clean it up a little bit too and give it a little scrub. Okay, I'm going to try to put a little bit of more liquid on there. Water would work too, like once the baking soda will kind of do its job, but I thought I'll try and get it as clean as I can first. Like I say, I should be careful that it doesn't touch, because it's going to possibly stuff. Pull back a little bit, just rinse it off. Top of the battery should be good now. And then if we look closer at it, see the greenies there. I'm thinking, why don't I just take a little pick or something and just pick all that stuff out of this side. The other side is just going to brush out, but I'm thinking if it's turning green on the side that it doesn't make contact with, that stuff could end up creeping onto the other side. So I get a little flat screwdriver, a little better. Like I say, I think this might be a Ford design. I don't think anybody else uses this design, but maybe they do. Like not the top post, just this weird looking kind of top post. Anyway, it's looking better. Get some baking soda, just any kind of baking soda will do. Again, that's, you want to make sure you don't get that inside the battery, because that I think will wreak havoc. Now it's going to be hard to put this where I want to put it. I'll try anyway. It's not windy out, but you see it kind of, it's just a little bit of a breeze, enough to move the baking soda. It's like, well, maybe I can move it where I want to move it, if you know what I mean. Just get it just a teeny bit wetter, because that just seems to activate the baking soda a little more. Of course, you don't want to be spraying anything that's flammable on here. Water is usually probably the best recommendation with some baking soda. You can kind of see it bubbling away a little bit. Maybe just put a little more liquid on it. It might help it bubble a little more. And I'll just kind of eat that stuff away. I'm going to just try to make a little paste and put it in there. So that's where its issue is. Some up in there too. Yeah, it looks like it's doing what it needs to be doing. I want to make sure not to get this on any of your clothes or your eyes when you rinse it later, because it is kind of an acidy kind of thing when that can make holes in your clothes or holes in if you're using rags. It's not good for your eyes either, or your mouth or anything else, or you accidentally sprayed in your kids' eyes because they're too close here as they're doing it. So just making a little bit of noise with the garden hose, trying to make a pattern that's not going to blast the stuff all over the place. Just a nice little gentle stream of water. Like I say, you could probably just, a lot of times I'll just take a glass of water or a cup of water, measuring cup, 2-cup measuring cup, and just pour it on it. Anyway, this worked. You can actually see some copper in behind there. We'll give you a close-up of it. I don't know what was on there before, but it's clean. Doesn't have the greenies. I'm just going to wipe the top battery off just in case there's any other residue there. Of course, this rag should be thrown away after because it's probably going to disintegrate. Don't put it in your pocket or something because you're going to have in a hole in the pocket. Just go throw it in a garbage can somewhere. Maybe one in a plastic bag. Make it look a little better. You could do that to the other side too, but this one just had the one problem side. Now this is a battery brush. It's got a little brush lad for inside. This brush, it's a new brush too. It's too small in that hole, but move it around a little bit, clean it up. Then you put it back together, and there's a brush on the other side, which will fit this post. Turn it around, spin it around a few times, make it nice and clean. It looks good. Here we go. No more greenies. It'll make a nice connection. Tighten it up with however you tighten it up with. Be careful because your tool could ground out on something too. Cause a little spark or a big spark. Just check, make sure it's tight enough. I'm just going to tighten just a little bit more. Put a little boot back on so that nothing grounds against that. I think we're done, huh? Let it dry and should be good. So that's not hard to do, is it? For a couple bucks for that, well, you probably have baking soda at home. Just make sure don't get it inside the battery. Make sure those tops come off, make sure tap them down. And, a little bit of work. What are they going to? They're going to charge you 50, 60 bucks for sure. I bet you to clean that. By the time to get it in, get it out, blah, blah, blah. They'll probably check the battery too. This is possibly your problem anyway. You get those greenies out, you can buy the little battery brush, just about anywhere, any kind of hardware store or automotive store. That'll be your pick. In fact, I'll even put maybe a link in the description for one that you can get. That's going to do it for our video. You can subscribe down in the corner here, as you know. Up in the corner here will probably be something flashing. If not, it will be soon. Other repairs. This is on an F-150, a newer one, well, 2013. Probably work on quite a few of them there. It's pretty much the same on all of them, unless you have side posts. I don't know if those give as much of an issue, probably because stuff can't sit on top and, allow that current to go between the two posts, whereas on the side post, stuff's going to try and stay on there, but it's going to keep dripping down. Just a theory. You take care until the next video. Stay tuned for whatever's coming up. Check my playlists out don't forget to check the playlists out to do. Don't forget to check my playlists out also, one on the F-150. There's some on all sorts of different kinds of stuff. There's even one on old cars, if you like old cars, spotting them, it seems, all the time. Again, till next time, take care. Bye-bye from Uncle Mark.
Remember to be safe. Your safety is your responsibility and should be priority number one. Also, if you like the video, why not give me the thumbs up? Plus, please subscribe. You can just ring the bell to get all notifications. It's easy. We'll show you how. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Battery acid is corrosive. Don't get it on your skin, clothes, or in your eyes. That's the warning. Or anywhere else for that matter.